I believe, as our founding fathers did, that religious liberty is a fundamental right granted to us by God, not by the government. Therefore, government should be very limited in its ability to infringe upon this right. In other words, government should only be able to burden the free exercise of religion if it has the strongest justification. This is, as I understand it, the purpose of LD 1428. I did some research to find out what types of cases might be considered religious freedom cases. When has religious liberty been questioned in our nation? In 2001, a young student was not allowed to pass out pencils with a religious message to classmates at school. In 2003, a young student was not allowed to pass out candy canes with cards attached because they had a religious theme. A Native American prisoner was not allowed to keep his hair long in the case of Knight versus Thompson. A prison confiscated and banned a prisoner's religious literature that was related to the Wiccan religion in the case of Hornsby versus Alabama. Both of these cases were listed on the ACLU Alabama site as cases they were involved with in defending people's religious liberties. In 2012, there was a case of a 6-year-old who was not allowed to read aloud a poem with the word God in it at her school's Veterans Day assembly. School officials wanted the word God removed. In 2013, there was a case of a Christian inmate seeking to have a communal pre-meal prayer during the Christmas holiday. These two cases were listed on the ACLU website. And finally, in a March 4th, 2010 op-ed, the Portland Press-Herald praised the ACLU for defending an Orthodox Jewish congregation from prejudicial zoning laws that, and I quote, preserve the status quo to the detriment of non-native religious groups trying to get their foot in the door of a community, end quote. In that case, the ACLU successfully employed a defense of compelling interest and least restrictive means for their client, the exact same standards LD 1428 is calling for today. Compelling interest and least restrictive means, standards that are not clear in Maine law and left to judicial interpretation. As you can see, religious freedom is being impeded upon on a regular basis regardless of religious affiliation. Religion is under attack. Bias and discrimination does not focus on only one type of religion, as you can see from the examples I have given. Therefore, it is no surprise that a coalition of different religious faiths supports LD 1428, including Muslims, Jews, Catholics, and Protestants. This coalition understands that in order to preserve religious freedom for one religion, it must be fought for all religions. This bill simply allows Mainers the same protections afforded to them already by the federal government. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Sacco, Representative Schmidt.